Hi, this is Julie. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to speak on the Queen of Lies situation that's going on with everybody involved in the situation. Um, and I just kind of want to offer some my commentary to the situation because I've kind of watched this all play out. Because I used to watch the Chris and Queen channel, and so I've watched this whole thing evolve. And being in situations of my own, I could relate just to the entire situation. So we'll just start back, like I was shocked just like everybody else when he cheated on her, and watching Queen deal with that with class. Like that's embarrassing for this many people to know your life and you let them into your life, and for this to happen and it be a shock to you. And I could always tell, she's goofy and crazy, but I could always tell like she has a really big heart and she genuinely loved the people that she cares about. And then when they separated, it was funny to me that her supposed best friend came out and was saying all this stuff and telling her business. If you were my friend, that is not something that you would do. Like, why? Why would you go tell any of her business? Or, that's not something you do to your friend, even if it's not a friend anymore. Because I have friends that I'm no longer friends with, but I'm not gonna go tell their business. That's not my place. And nobody asked her. She like just popped up and started doing it. That's crazy. And then watching her kind of branch off and start her own channel. Well, she had created the channel before she left, and I'm sure this is like when it was getting bad, and she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna have to get out of here." But I saw her as a wife. She took him back even after being publicly embarrassed like that. And then the girl just kept making videos because she felt played. Because she bought what Chris told her, and you know and this isn't, and I want to say this is not in no way to bash anybody. I just kind of want to go over the situation and state the facts, like from the videos. So like there, I don't need to pull up any receipts or do all of this. You can go look up the videos for yourself. So when he came out and made that video where he apologized when she left and went back to Detroit, I was just like, I felt like he made the video because she asked him to, because that's what it felt like even before she said it. I think that he was just more, to me, the feeling that I got from the video was just, he was more upset that he got caught and that the girls told on him than he was about hurting her. And, I've been married and married young. So I understand that, some people may not be ready, and you may love a person and marry them and still not even be ready to be married and ready to be committed to the commitment, right? So I understood fully like what Queen was saying. Like, I know some guys are young and he's handsome, and to me it just sounded like to me like he let the internet fame get to him. And of course all of these, like, he's a nice looking guy. Like, when you're attractive, people are going to try to talk to you. You have people out here that don't care about your relationship. They're infatuated with you. And it wasn't Queen's job to make sure that her husband was being faithful to her. That's his job. I think you can still keep trying to make something work, because when you have those traditional values, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what marriage is about, is working through things. And I feel like she felt like they were gonna work through it, and she tried. But I feel like at that point, after being publicly embarrassed, because she has stated before that that wasn't the first time. That was just the first time it was really public. And then after that, it was just kind of like, I feel like he didn't care at that point. I do feel like he wasn't, as he has stated, like, it's okay for you not to be attracted to people when you're in a relationship. Y'all weren't in a relationship, y'all were married. And you may be unattracted to someone that you're in a relationship with. But the bigger question is why? You know, like, what marriage is supposed to do is supposed to be a balancing of two people and a building of a legacy and an empire for you and your generations that follow you. And you're supposed to edify each other. You're supposed to build each other up. And if you're not doing that, you know, they were both young. And Krista said he was adopted. Queen's father wasn't in the picture. So, you know, those play factors in how you treat other people, like feelings that you have that you haven't dealt with, abandonment, rejection, you questioning why I was adopted or why isn't my father here, and you wanting someone to be there. And then, you know, Queen said that she was bullied in her neighborhood. That also plays a role. So she's already had some, you know, and Queen is a beautiful girl. She's a beautiful girl. Even before she got her surgery, like, she is a beautiful girl. And, you know, that also plays a factor in your self-esteem, that, you know, because you have no control over the way you look. And even like with her stating what happened in her bullying story, then they're like, oh, she's a colorist. She doesn't, you know, that is so crazy to me, you know, that people will take stuff and twist what you say and pick apart pieces of stories. Like, let me say something. Telling the truth is not hating. It does not mean that you're a racist, a colorist. If I say in this certain situation, people's hair is nappy, okay? There's nothing wrong with saying this person's hair was nappy. That's not a derogatory statement. Those are facts. If I don't put products in my hair, it will be nappy. That's just what it is. That's not a derogatory statement. That's what my hair does. It's just what it does. So if someone's not taking care of her hair, and that's what she saw, and this is what she said, and she said these were nappy-headed black girls. She didn't say dark-skinned girls. You know, like, y'all love to, like, pick at people, and that is so crazy to me, you know. But, you know, it's, cheating happens, stuff happens, right? She tried to work it out. She moved out of the house. No, they weren't legally divorced yet. So when she started talking to Clarence, even, you know, it's like, you're already cheating, you're already doing these things. So that's kind of like the pot calling the kettle black. Like, she wasn't actually physically cheating. You were already doing all this stuff and living from what it looked like from the outside, even not knowing what was going on in the household. It looked like from the outside that you didn't value your wife or your marriage. So why was she expected to have that same type of loyalty if that's not how you were moving? That's unfair, and it's hypocritical, and it's controlling. That's one of those things. It's like, I can do what I want, but you can't. That's abusive. That you feel like you can do these things to hurt someone, but how dare them do anything, you know? And it's also just a way of deflecting, like trying to take away from what you're doing. You know, she said that she was talking to him. She was doing this. She had already, you know, y'all were cohabitating, and then she moved out of the house. And, you know, even still, when you told her to block him and all this other stuff, she still submitted as your wife out of respect, you know, and she really didn't have to, because the Bible says that if you cheat, I can leave. Period. That's a legal marriage. And that's what the Bible says. Okay. So at the end of the day, when you cheated, when you opened that door, everything else for her was free game. She could have been out here acting a whole fool. You know? She could have been a whole Cardi B video, and I'm not saying Cardi's a cheater. What I'm saying is she could have been doing the absolute most, but she was not. What she was doing was behind closed doors. She was still being private. She was still respecting you publicly. And even when I saw her make that video, the last one she made when she put out Medicine, she still was like, I don't want to bash him. I still have to deal with this person. He's the father of my child. Like, she hasn't never just come out and just called you all type of names. And she could have. She really could have. But I feel like at certain times she said some stuff and she's gotten upset. And I feel like she's had every right to, you know. And I'm not saying that she was perfect. Please don't. Relationships, people have problems. You know, y'all may have got married for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. You know, y'all ended it, and then she ends up being with Clarence. You know, and from what we see from the videos before they even started making these, I mean, it just looked like a cute little friendship. And you could tell she was crushing on him, but you could also tell that he was liking on her. Like, you could see the chemistry and the vibe. It was there, you know. Now, she carelessly got pregnant, you know, and I don't say that like they didn't care. I'm just saying, you know, if you have, maybe that's not the right word because I don't want to make it seem malicious because I'm not trying to say that. When you have unprotected sex, biologically, that is what happens. People get pregnant. She's saying that she was thinking that she couldn't have a baby. But I feel like because I've been through this, I had 2 miscarriages before I had my oldest daughter. And that was God trying to tell me I was going to be a single mother if I chose to stay with this person and marry them. But I didn't listen because I was in love and I wanted to be with him and he wanted a baby. So I did it. 3rd time, boom, I got pregnant.